Hi guys, in today's tutorial I'd like to show you how you can create a jetpack for your vanilla world just with a few command blocks. And this jetpack consists out of 3 different components. You can see I'm wearing a jetpack chain chest plate. I've got a carrot on a stick to activate it, and I need fuel to be able to power my jetpack. And if I do that, the fuel will go down and I can right click with my carrot on a stick to fly up and let myself hover down and just fly around in my amplified world. And I choose an amplified world because I think that with a jetpack it is really a lot of fun to play around in an amplified world, because it's so much easier, whoa, lag there, to get around, and it just looks amazing if you have an amplified world loaded up. So today I would like to show you first up how you can set this up, and then secondly I want to explain how this is working if you're interested in that. So yeah, enjoy the tutorial. The commands for this need to be set up at spawn, so they are always loaded. Once you're at spawn in your world, you can type in tp at tilde1 and tilde, and there you want to create a little box that I've already done now. And inside this box we'll place our command blocks. I prepared a little thing over here. These are the 12 command blocks that we will need. And you get a command block by just doing /give, then your name, and then the command block. So here we go, that's the command block. And then you place down 6 blocks in a row with redstone on top, and then 12 command blocks around. And you put into those command blocks, because the updating order of our commands is really important for this contraption, say commands. So say A, say B, say C, say D, and so on, because you need to figure out in which order these command blocks will get updated. Then once you have that done, you place down a comparator next to it and put it in this shape so it's almost a clock, and then power it. Since we haven't put this in the subtract mode yet, we'll just get 1 pulse, and that's what we need, because now it's telling us in which order those command blocks get updated. And we can now take a look. Okay, the G1 got updated first, then the A1, then next it was I, then it was C, and so on. And you just write down this order, and then you go to the description of this video, take the commands and put them in the corresponding blocks. So the first command needs to go in this one, the second one into the A1, the third one into the I1, and so on. So I will do that now real quick, and then I show you how to activate it. So now I've got all the commands filled into the command blocks, and we need to add 3 objectives now. You just simply do that by doing scoreboard objectives add, and the first one will do the jetpack. So you type in jetpack, and this is the type dummy. Then we need a scoreboard objectives add carrot. You will also find those commands in the description, so you don't have to type them. And that is a statistic use item Minecraft carrot on a stick. And then the third one we need is for our fuel, so for our coal. So we do objectives add and then coal, and this is from the type stat play 1 minute, so it gets increased automatically, and we can measure a time with that. And then all you need to do is put this into the subtract mode and activate it. And if we now, I saw something else here. If you haven't done that yet, because this is a fresh word, do game rule, and then command block output false, and also the game rule log admin commands to false. Otherwise your chat log will get spammed with those commands, and then you should be able to activate it without it popping up here in the chat. So now if I quickly go up to here again, I can show you how this is working. So of course you will need a carrot on a stick to activate your jetpack, and for the crafting I wanted to do it so you just have an undamaged diamond chest piece which you need to equip. And then if I go to F5, you can see it, that if I use my carrot on a stick, my diamond chest piece will turn into the jetpack. And so I've got the jetpack crafted without a crafting table, and now I can use it already, but I don't have the fuel on me, so it won't work if I just right click the carrot on a stick now. But if I just take some coal into my inventory, let me take 2 pieces and fly down. Of course this is working in survival the same as in creative, so I can now right click and it will use up 1 coal, and it will give me the levitation effect. Also you can see that I've got a speed effect, and that you can also see up here in the corner. if the speed effect runs out, like it did now, it used up 1 coal, so I made it the same time as 1 item in the furnace needs to smelt, so you really need a fuel, and now my jetpack is worn out, so you need to be careful to not die if you don't have the coal anymore on you, because then you won't be able to fly anymore. But it feels extremely smooth, and I recommend just testing it out yourself. Of course, there will be a word download for this also in the description with this amplified terrain to just fly around in. And now I would like to quickly explain to you how the commands are working. The commands for this jetpack are working like a little program with just 12 lines, so that's why it's really important that you have the updating order right. And the first command is just checking if the player has coal in its inventory and if he's using the carrot on a stick. If that's the case and he didn't use a coal before, that's why this is here, it will reset the coal objective. If you remember, it counts up automatically to -200, so that's the time where you can use your jetpack with 1 coal. Then it gives you the effect if you did that, the speed effect for 10 seconds, so you have the indicator up here in the corner. Then it will also detect if you're using the carrot on a stick, if you're in air, so if you're flying, it will give you a jump boost effect 255, so you can't take any fall damage when you're landing. Of course, you can take fall damage if you don't do a smooth landing. Then it also clears 1 coal out of your inventory if you just used it for the first time. Then for the jetpack detection, it needs to reset the jetpack to 0 every time. Then it sets it to 1 if you've got the diamond chest piece and undamaged, that's why damage is equal to 0 here, in your inventory. Then it sets it to 2 if you've got the custom jetpack, the chain one with the display name, jetpack, lore, and so on. So just the custom chain chestplate will work here. If you got that, you've got a score of 2. And if you've got a score of 1 and you click with your carrot on a stick, then it will do a replace item. So it will replace your diamond chest piece with the chain chest piece. And this command was too long for the book, so I had to cut it off over here. Then, of course, we also need the particles. So if you're flying, so if you've got the coal activated and you've got the jetpack equipped, then you've got the particles underneath your feet. And you get also then, of course, the levitation effect. And first up, we given it the levitation effect for 0 seconds. So we are clearing the levitation effect that you had before and given a score of 16 because that's 1 higher than the score or the amplifier of 15 that we want to give then. So it clears it, and then instantly if you right click with your carrot on a stick and you've got the jetpack equipped and you've got the coal used, then it gives you the levitation effect of 15. And then last, it will reset your carrot on a stick. So if you used it, it will always be reset to 0. And that's then how you can fly with your jetpack if you've got coal in your inventory. And I recommend to take a lot of coal with you if you're using your jetpack. But I think that that's gonna be it for today's tutorial. I hope you will have a lot of fun to play around with this. And I hope that this tutorial was useful to you. You could maybe learn something out of the commands as well. And if you did, then feel free to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and share this video with your friends. And I hope then to see you in the next video. So until then, have a very great day.